most frequent uses of a map is of course to plot coordinates, usually latitude and longitude based on WGS 84. To plot coordinates on a Spotfire map chart, you would create a marker layer. This layer type places shapes or markers based on the positioning coordinates provided in your data. Let's take a look at how to get started with a basic plot of some coordinates, and then take a look at some of the things you're able to configure. For this use case, I've created a data extract based on the Wikipedia article about historical landmarks in New York City. You can download this data from the link provided on the TIBCO community site. To place markers on a map, Spotfire simply requires two numerical columns in your data, one to represent latitude and the other to represent longitude. Their data types specifically need to be real and not integer or any other type of data. If your two columns are actually named latitude and longitude as you bring it into Spotfire, you're probably already set. Like all other visualization types, when you click the Map Chart button, Spotfire evaluates what it knows about your data already and takes a best guess at what you might be trying to visualize. If you have those keywords and your data type is real, Spotfire assumes that this is what you'd like to display and creates the marker layer for you. If your column headings aren't so clean, Spotfire may not get it right the first time, but that's okay because it's easy to tell Spotfire what columns to use for positioning. You can see here that when I abbreviated the columns, Spotfire's first guess automatically geocoded against the county column, which is not what we really wanted in this case. By going to the data panel, you can categorize your columns, indicating exactly how they should be geocoded. Now that I've indicated what columns are latitude and longitude, clicking the Map Chart button gives us the expected results. Now let's take a look at what you can do from the Properties menu. Remember that Spotfire map charts are made up of multiple layers, and so it's important to understand that we have the properties of the map chart as a whole, as well as the settings on the individual layers in the chart. When looking at the settings of a marker layer, the data page looks very similar to all of the other visualization types, but with the added ability to select your own coordinate reference system. The Appearance page allows you to configure transparency and jittering for your markers, which is important if you're trying to show a large number of points on your map. The Positioning page is where the actual coordinate columns are selected. You can see that technically you can also position by geocodic lookup, but that's less common than simply having a column of latitude and longitude. You can apply color to your markers just like the elements of any other visualization. I find myself using color quite a bit on a map chart. Sizes of markers can be static or set by your data. Either way, the author has additional control over exactly how large the marker should be relative to the size of the map. You can also see that if you check this box, your markers will change size based on how close or far the user is zoomed. The Shape page allows you to determine the shapes of your markers. The Fixed setting, of course, allows you to select one shape for all of your markers, while the Shape by Column Values option allows you to select different shapes for different values in your data. And of course, the Pies option allows you to use pie charts as the markers themselves. You might have noticed that we skipped the Tiled option, but we'll cover that specific use case another time. Drawing order allows you to pick a measure to base which markers should be drawn on top when you have a large number of points that overlap. This works exactly the same way as on our scatterplot chart. Clearly, you have many more options to consider when you create a map chart as opposed to a simple bar chart or line graph. But map charts still share all the same functionality as every other visualization in Spotfire. You can create labels, assign settings based on drag and drop actions, and of course create details visualizations for drilling through and figuring out fast answers. You can start analyzing your own location-based data today by going to spotfire.tibco.com. Let us know what you thought about this video in the comments, and if you have any questions, head over to community.tibco.com. Make sure you subscribe to our channel for more Spotfire-based content, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.